Aloha friends, it's Robert Stillick with Blue Planet Surf. Today we're doing a little customer appreciation event. We went out into the water here in Haleiwa. Most of us went surfing at Poina Point. So we just invited like a handful of our best customers. So thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, it was a really big day. So I kind of just went into the inside of Poina and caught a few there, and then came back over to Chocolates and caught some tiny ones. I was on the fishbone. The full fishbone, normal fishbone,
the 911, right?
Yeah, and 190 meters, and it's just really stable. Nice to be on right size board for my height and weight.
Robert's new board is the Smart Carbon. I'm super happy with it. I bought the 9-1 Leahi, and what I like is the performance because I'm more experienced sub rider. I've been in it for almost 5 years now, so I really wanted a board that I could throw with performance-wise that would be able to catch the larger surf, and I'm so happy with the performance of it. I mean, you get into the wave early, you still have that maneuverability that I appreciate, and it's the stability is also there too, with the being 30 inches wide, so you don't really want too wide of a board, and the newer thinner rails I think is what makes that board so fast. You can just really cuts into the wave and you just fly on that board.
Out here, it was great. You know, it felt perfect. As soon as I got out there, as all the choppiness out there, it's kind of all over the place. It was definitely on the lower, you know, a little too small for me. So I paddled back in and ended up getting the big fish bone. That's the one that I bought. And you have, yeah, that's the one I have, and that's a cheat code. Yeah, it's so easy. I almost feel guilty. Like, yeah, it's great. I love that board, especially for, you know, small, medium waves. I'm on the heavy side too, so that board is perfect for that. I get out the back faster than anybody, it feels like, and then I'm just catching everything whenever I take it out. So I definitely recommend that big fish bone. And yeah, you can throw your kids on it too. You know, it's so easy, and it's still definitely surfable. You know, this is my first time North Shore, so this is a different beast on its own. You know, I never experienced that, but I'm glad I did, because I've never been in that, you know, overhead waves, at least for me. You know, it's like, yeah. And it's funny because sometimes people think like a 10.6 is a 10.6, but like when you compare the 10.6 big fishbone to the 10.5 Wangaro, it's like they're totally different boards. They're totally different feel. You know, so the width, the thickness, all that kind of stuff makes a big difference in the stability. And then Caitlin used the fishbone, the regular fishbone, which is a 911. It's still very stable, right?
Yeah, it was great. I was primarily on the fishbone, that 911, out here in the river, as well as even going through the chop to get out. It was super stable. Felt really comfortable out there. And then I swapped out for a real short time onto the little fishbone, that 9.1. And so there was a difference, but it felt pretty good. I didn't go all the way back out, but I wanted to try it out in some of that chop near the entrance to the harbor. And it still felt pretty good. It would just take a little more usage to, you know, get totally comfortable on that. But I actually did like the little fishbone. It was nice.
Kudos to the setup here, because like I ended up on a way too small board when I started out, and couldn't catch any waves. I came here and I got to like try 3-4 in a day, taking them out, and then like the big fishbone, and I couldn't not catch a wave on it. It was huge, and like then I tried a smaller one, and it was just too small, and then found it just too right. Like I don't know anywhere else that will let you just take out the boards.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, try before you buy program here in Haleiwa, especially because we're right on the water. It's so easy to just swap out boards, try them all out if you want, you know. And it's you do have to pay the rental fee, but then you get it credited. If you end up buying a board, then you get a full credit for the rental fee, and get to try them out and find the right board for you. So it makes a big difference. I think it's so hard to tell if a board is going to be right for you without trying it out. You know, there's big differances.
Yeah, stability in the flats is totally not what you feel in the waves.
Yeah, and that's why I always tell people, don't just try it here. Just not battle it out into some chop, or, you know, just going out into the channel. It gets you from this to big rough water.
Also, we could talk about the durability of the boards, how strong they are, and how, I mean, beautifully made they are. When you invest in a stand-up board, you want something that's going to be able to stand up to the conditions, and you want the double leash plugs. You have an upgraded double leash plugs over your competitors, they only offer the single leash plug, which I feel is at a disadvantage. In the larger surf, you're going to want the double plugs because that disperses the force of the wave over two, so you're safer. It makes it a safer board for you when you're out there in the ocean. The ocean's no joke.
Yeah, I mean, the construction on these boards is really nice, especially the strength to weight ratio. Like, they're very lightweight, but still very durable. And I guess the magic is that high density foam. It has like the lightweight center foam core, and then it has like a thin layer of high density foam wrapped around it. And so that outer shell is really tough and durable. So you don't get like some of the boards that have a lighter glass construction. They tend to get dense on underneath your knees or where you're standing. These boards don't have that problem at all.
Dude, the handle is wild. Like the handle, like I can pick it up with one hand and put it on the car. Like you can actually like fit your whole hand around the handle, and like they just room to play and get in there. And I walk mine probably about a half mile to the beach. And, it's great to just kind of like change up the hand positions, and it's really easy to carry a 10-foot board half mile.
Yeah. And you can wrap your fingers around it. So also when it's windy, sometimes it's safer because it can't slip out of your fingers or whatever.
I've gone out where it's like been calm and then brought it back in the wind, and it just picked up while I was out there. It's almost like a party trick. Cause like
I have the biggest board and I come in and I'm just swinging it around in my head to rinse it off. And I've had people like pick it up and they're just like so surprised at how light it is. And transportation wise, I've dropped it on accident and, maybe like a paint chip here and there, and I've dropped it pretty hard, one time, and I thought for sure there would have been something in it, but nothing, it was amazing how durable those things are. And then all the inserts have like reinforcements, like high density foam reinforcements. So like you said, the leash plugs sit inside a high density foam, the handle, and the fins, obviously they're all reinforced. So that's another nice advantage. The deck pad, I think, is really nice too. It's a very grippy deck pad.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had other boards where the deck pads are not as comfortable, and after a while, A, they're not as comfortable, and B, they slippery when they are slipperier when they get wet. So I was pretty impressed with the deck pad. I love it. Yeah, that's good.
I like how it changes texture as you go back. So like I'm out there paddling through a wave, I can feel once I'm like got my foot back up long enough, because then it changes the texture, and it's still just as grippy, but like having that, like I don't want to look down to see what I'm stepping as a beginner. I just want to feel it.
So thank you all for watching. Thanks for watching. See you on the water.